Well, I'm here today to announce proudly that the total investment that the Provincial Growth Fund and this government will be putting into Tairawhiti comes to $152 million. Now you may ask, where is that going? Let me break it down. Let's start with transport. Due to the isolation and distance between Tairawhiti and major ports, the roading network, as you well know, in Tairawhiti plays an important role in regional economic development. You know, for example, forestry-related activities that generate direct revenue of an estimated $234 million into the local economy annually. It relies on road connections to get its so-called wall of wood to ports for that direct export to overseas markets. At the same time, the primary and tourism industries are expected to experience strong growth, even stronger if we have something to do with it, in the coming years. So it is critical that those industries are supported by a really robust transport network. Now, to date, investment levels in Tairawhiti hasn't had an impact on the ability of you to grow your economy, and this, coupled with some pretty severe weather events, reoccurring extreme weather events in the region, has resulted in what you could mildly put as suboptimal roading network, and that does act as a barrier to economic growth. That needs to change, which is why we will be investing of that total package $137 million towards a package of upgrades to the roading network here in Tairawhiti. Now, let me point out that that is in addition to the considerable funding NZTA announced last Friday of $232 million. That takes it to $369 million worth of investment into roading in this region. That is not only a record investment, it's a necessary investment. When we said that we were changing the guidelines for NZTA about how they decided where to invest, we meant it when we said it's our regions where we wanted to see that investment go. And we are putting extra emphasis on that through the Provincial Growth Fund. The second area, forestry. As I said, timber processing has been identified as an opportunity in the Tairawhiti Economic Action Plan. It is one of the main contributors to the local economy. 151,000 hectares of radiata pine plantations contributes to 14% of New Zealand's log exports. Now, the volume harvested in Hawke's Bay and East Coast woods supply region has increased 145% since 2005. But processing in the region has remained static. Currently, only 4% of wood is processed locally. 4%. That is a waste. That is why we will also invest $500,000 to recommission and improve the Far East Sawmill site, allowing up to 25% of wood processing to now happen locally. Oh, a little round of applause for that one, please. The third arm, tourism. The action plan again identified Tairawhiti's opportunity to carve out a real niche for itself in New Zealand tourism. Now, I think personally you could do absolutely nothing except demonstrate how beautiful your coastline is, and people should be enjoying it. But the action plan went further. It aimed to capture a proportional share of the New Zealand tourism sector. There is the potential, for instance, for revenue from that sector to reach $6.5 million year on year and create 40 new jobs with just a little bit of investment. We want to make that a reality and improve the tourism offering here. That is why we are also committing today up to $6.1 million to build Titirangi Puikai-iti landscape and facilities, including a new wānanga, a bridge and other facilities at the Cook's Landing site, because this is a key part of the region's strategy to create that bookable tourism package on the East Coast with that theme around Māori and Pākehā's first encounters. We'll also be contributing $1.6 million to the restoration of the Cook Landing Site National Historic Reserve. The funding will be used to restore the culturally significant site and leverage, we hope, other improvements to the tourism offering, including Mount Tirarangi and Gisborne's inner harbour, which was of course announced in February.